Hello, hello, hello. Welcome down the rabbit hole. It's your boy Uncle Icky, baby. Back once again with a new edition of Icarus Storytime for all my nieces and nephews out there. In this video, I'm going to tell you guys a story about the very first time I ever decided to alter my state of consciousness, man. I used to be straight edge. And if you don't know what straight edge is, it's a lifestyle that lives through the hardcore punk scene that abstains from drinking, smoking, doing drugs, or in most cases having promiscuous sex. Now, I took this oath, I guess you could say, when I was 12. I lived this way through 19. You know, my whole life up until that point, I'd never had a drop of alcohol. I've never smoked pot or anything. Now, those times are very crazy in its own. I'll definitely make Icarus story times about those times. I'll make a fucking doozy of them. But I'm going to take the George Lucas Star Wars approach and give you guys the ending, and then we can go back and live the prequels. But yeah, dude, let's jump straight into this. This was in the year 2011. There was a lot of shit going on. My parents were getting a very nasty divorce. I had a child on the way. I was homeless. The reason I was homeless, honestly, was because I couldn't find a job fast enough for my mom's liking. She just thought I was slacking off, and in reality, I was looking for a job, but she was going through the divorce. You can't blame her. Threw me out relentlessly. So on the streets I was, living in a town, until my dad was like, hey, come move to the Tonaltham Reservation, which is my tribe's land. You'll find you a job out here, a lot of high-paying jobs and stuff. Now, my childhood best friends, who are also straight edge, all lived out there. So I was like, you know what? I'll do that. So I went out there for a little bit, started, job searching and shit like that. During this period of time, this is a circle of I want to say 8 to 10 friends, all straight edge. I grew up with these guys. I have my two main best friends, Dylan and Woogs. As a matter of fact, I have Woogs tattooed on my shin. It was them, and now Dylan's brother, who was Captain Straight Edge, had broken edge. And it blew our minds, no fucking way. So shortly after he broke edge, Dylan and Woogs broke edge too. Which blew my mind. And in my own head, I was like, there's no way I'm ever breaking edge, man. True till death shit, you know what I mean? So they had broken edge. And I started talking to Dylan about it one night, man, what's it like to do this, bro? What's it like to do that, bro? Is it pretty trippy? And he's like, dude, honestly, I would have never said this while I was straight edge, but it's a real stress reliever. It really takes the edge off of shit. That was that conversation. So I want to say a couple nights after that particular conversation, I was planning to go back to where I originally was because I couldn't find a job. So, my boys are like, we're going to go out for a night on the town, proper way to send you off. Okay, cool. So I'm like, hey, Pops, can I borrow some cash? My dad was like, yeah, here's $100, knock yourself out. So we jump in the car and drive to Tucson, Arizona, which isn't too far from my reservation. We're driving, chilling. Everyone in the car is proceeding to get fucked up because now they are no longer straight edge. There's Dylan, Woogs, Leo, and somebody else. I don't remember. Maybe Elliot. I don't know. Elliot. I think it was Elliot. So anyways, doesn't really matter. But we start driving. Somehow we end up at a strip club. So we go to a strip club, and, we're chilling there. We probably saw two, main stage statues performed. And just so the math, that's 4 titties and 2 vaginas. Then it gets fucking weird, bro. They're like, welcome to the stage, Medusa. And that song by Disturbed, Down with the Sickness, comes on. It's like, now this stripper goes on the stage, and she looks exactly like Jeffree Star. And she walks on stage and just starts glaring at everybody. Just literally walking around stage just looking into your soul like a fucking crow or an owl or something. And it's and I'm just me and my friend are sitting next to each other, we're this is fucking weird, bro. What the fuck? And then it's ooh, ah, da, 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 da. And then this chick starts dancing, and dude, she looks like a transvestite. No hate, I'm not hating on any particular group or anything like that. But she looks like a man, bro, that's trying to be a woman. And I can't see vagina, I don't know. So like my friend, he's like dancing in front of me, and like my friend like comes up to me, he's like, hey, is that a chick? And then she bends over in this little plaid like schoolgirl skirt, exposing what is, you know, obviously a female vagina. And I'm like, yeah, I guess so, bro. And then right when I tell him that, she like grabs me by the neck and like pulls me and shoves me into her very non-existent titties and like shakes them around, which makes no sense because like maybe the nipples touch my ear, but there was no cleavage for my face to like burrow inside. So like after that, I was just kind of like, oh shit, I need to go outside, bro. So, it was weird. So we leave. We leave the strip club because that was just way too much for us. So we leave the strip club. We proceed to like try to find a place to hang out. We call a friend of ours whose name is Jared. Remember the name Jared. We call Jared. He doesn't answer. We text Jared. He doesn't answer. Like, yo, pick up your phone, blah, blah, blah. He's not picking us up. So there was this girl named Vanessa. She lived in Tucson and knew all the cool spots and shit. So like, yo, where's the party? Like, we're trying to find a kickback spot. And she's like, we are too. Like, come over. So we go over. We're trying to weigh out our options. So we're like, hey, text Jared. And so she texts Jared. Motherfucker replies right away. And he's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, yo, tell him you want to hang out. So we devise this plan to make Jared think that this girl's going to hang out with him. But in reality, we're all just going to show up with her. And when he comes out the door, we're like, yeah, we're going to party here, bro. So, you know, we start telling her what to say. Like, hey, what are you doing? I'm bored. You want to hang out? Put a wink face. And like all this shit. So this guy's just eating the bait, bro. He's eating the bait. So she starts inviting a bunch of friends. Like, hey, let's all meet here. Some Mexican restaurant. I forgot what it was called. We all meet there, which is like right across the street from his house. You know, we pull up, we creep up. Everyone's like, you know, chilling. She's like, okay, I'm outside. So he comes out, you know, it's like straight up like, oh, I'm going to get laid face. Like, hey, what you guys doing? And he comes out. And then we're like, surprise, motherfucker. And he's like, I knew something was up. I knew you guys were going to do this. Bull fucking shit. So we proceed to, hold on. Throat's dry, them motherfucker. We proceed to, you know, all start chilling at his house. A big group of people are all sitting there. Music starts playing. People are drinking, chilling. So this is where shit starts to get crazy. So I'm sitting there. My childhood best friends who are all straight edge with me. Like, my band of brothers, bro. They're all sitting there. They're all sipping shit, laughing. The buzzes are catching on to them. And I'm sober. And everyone around me is just laughing, having a good time. And I just start to think, like, God damn. This is boring. Like, this isn't cool. So I start to think about that conversation me and Dylan had before. You know, I start thinking about my life. Like, fuck. Like, I'm still, like, I'm homeless. Like, all that shit's sitting in the back of my mind. All this built up energy. And I remember Dylan, like, it's a real stress reliever, man. It really takes the edge off. And that stuck with me. And I started to think about it, man. I was like, my life is about to drastically change forever. Do I really want to stay the same? Do I really want to be the same person I've been since I was 12 years old? Do I really want to say I've never had a drop of alcohol in my life? I've never smoked a joint? Like, when I'm going to be 80 years old and I'm not, like, what the fuck? So I turned to Dylan, I'm like, yo, I think I'm going to do it. He's like, what? It's like, I think I'm going to break edge. He's like, no, you're not. No, don't do it, dude. Don't do it. And then people start chiming in. Like, yo, you're going to break edge, bro? And then everyone's just kind of surrounding me like, yo, do it, bro, do it. Like, don't do it. And it's like, do it, la, la, la. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And then everyone's like, yo, just like, don't peer pressure him. Don't peer pressure him. And like, everyone's around me. And then like that girl, Vanessa, that we were chilling with, comes up to me with a bottle of Smirnoff vodka, about that much left in it. And she hands it to me. She says, look, Icarus, this is yours. I'm giving this to you. You can drink it, you can pour it out, you can give it to someone else, you can do whatever the fuck you want with it, but this is yours. I look at it, I'm like, thanks, bro. So people are still trying to convince me. Everyone kind of calms down. I'm looking at it. I open it, I look at it, I smell it. I'm like, oof. No. I'm like, no, fuck it. I put it down for about 45 seconds, and then I'm just like, fuck it, just do it, man. So I'm like, fuck it, dude. So I pick it up, I open it, and then my friend's mouth's like, and I'm like, yo, rest in peace, my straight edge. Gulp, gulp, gulp. So I probably killed like that much vodka. About a good shot and a half. And everyone's like, what? And in the meantime, my throat's like, oh, God. Like, you guys fucking drink this shit? Oh. And there was like, yo, you did it. shit, everyone opens beers and starts handing them to me. I'm like, fuck it, dude. So I start drinking a beer. Someone's like, hey, bro, smoke a cigarette, bro. So I'm like, all right, try a cigarette. I'm like, ew, I don't like this. Fucking take this back. And, fucking, I'm like, why do you guys smoke those? Like, that's fucking nasty. So we're sitting there, I'm drinking this beer, like, yo, I'm no longer a straight edge, dude. Like, what? I felt like I fit in like a motherfucker. I felt so cool, bro. And my friend Elliot walks up to me and he looks me straight in the eyes and he's like, welcome to the dark side, Rabbit. They used to call me Rabbit. Welcome to the dark side, Rabbit. He hands me a bottle of Captain Morgan rum, spiced rum. And I'm like, what is it? And he's like, just drink it and keep drinking it till you can't drink it any longer. I was like, okay, cool. So I and then like once I felt it hit my stomach, I felt it immediately coming back up. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? And I was like about to puke, dude. And I was like dry heaving, like, saliva coming out my mouth, bro. And he's just sitting there dying laughing. So I proceeded to drink a beer. I drank another beer, and then holy fuck, dude. Everything started to get all wavy. Like I felt like if I was sitting still, man, it felt like my head was going like this, dude. And I was just like tipsy, bro. And I was like, holy shit. So I like killed this beer out of nervousness. Like, oh shit. After that, I was obliterated, man. I was so fucked up. I was like, yeah, dude. There's some video somewhere that exists of me just on like, yeah, bro. I used to be straight edge, dude. And fuck straight edge, and this is awesome, bro. And then, yeah, bro. So that whole night, man, it was fucking crazy. I fucking puked like a goddamn. I have no metaphor. I have no idea, dude. I threw my guts up, bro, and like it was crazy. Woke up the next morning, surprisingly not hungover, and yeah. I guess I had drunkenly posted a bunch of shit on it, Facebook, that my family saw. So I was like, yeah, I'm drunk. XQWAXWWX $ this shit. And like people are like, what? Like you really broke edge and shit. And yeah, no, my family wasn't really happy about that. Like, yo, you're drinking now. You're this or that. You're this or that. And I guess so, motherfucker. So. Yeah, dude, it was very rockety straight into the lifestyle that I took. And after that, you know, the next day was my boy Woogs' son's birthday. We went there and chilled out. Then that night, like, I could have went back, but something told me to go back to the town I lived in that night. Like, go back. So I called my dad. I'm like, hey, can you give me a ride back? Go back that night, the next night or whatever, like, that night, go back. The next morning, it's crazy. The next morning, my girlfriend at the time goes into labor. What? My son was born October 5th, 2011. And yeah, it was fucking crazy. So after that, I found a job, started a life, and that's how I first got into the lifestyle you see before you. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm as mad as a hatter, and I'm forever that uncle trying to get you to do drugs. Until next time, folks, say it with me live from Wonderland, baby. Peace, love, and smoke DMT.